Huh? What are you doing?
For those of you who don't know, this dimwit in the video here is something called Mizzy. He's a UK TikToker who finds himself to be quite edgy with his prank videos. This is one of them. He does things like just randomly going into people's homes and stuff along those lines, coming up to people on the street and saying, "Do you want to dye?" "Oh no, it's just hair dye." "Do you want some hair dye, bro?" Real moronic things like that. But let's watch the rest of this video, and I got a question for you about what you think when I give you what my reaction would be in this situation.
What do you mean, what am I doing?
Get out of my car.
This is my Uber.
No.
You just pulled in. I've been waiting for time.
Out of the way. It's not an Uber. Get out, mate.
Why?
This is not an Uber, so get out of my car.
This is an Uber. I insist.
Get out of the fucking car.
Why are you getting angry for?
Because it's not an Uber.
Why are you getting angry for? Do you want to get angry? Because we can get angry. Don't close the door. Don't close. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Just go now, mate.
Okay, so then what was the problem?
Because I'm not an Uber driver.
Why? That's just in my Uber. It's not my Uber.
Now, as you guys well know, I like a good prank video. I think pranks can be a lot of fun. But I think when you are intentionally going out of your way to just try and antagonize people and bring a little more angst and frustration into a life that for all of us is at frustration levels, I believe, certainly never before seen in the 60 plus years I've been around, I think you're just a douche and nothing more than that. But this one really got me. The whole thing with the car, and I'll tell you why. You don't know somebody's individual situation when you do something like that. And so I try and think, in my most extreme situation, you guys know that my stepdaughter, Renee, is multiply disabled. Now, on occasion, she will ride in the car with us. Usually she's in our wheelchair van, but if the van's in for service, anything, she can ride in a car, and she sits up in the back seat and we just prop her some pillows and she can sit there fine. So I think of it this way. This dumbass has no idea what somebody's individual situation is or what's going on. If I were in my car and I had my blind, totally unable to defend herself in any way, shape, or form daughter sitting in the back seat, and this moron climbed into my car, it would have ended badly. And I try and put myself specifically in the situation that I saw. Now, I don't think I could, even if I could have restrained myself from hurting him when he first came into the car, because I wouldn't have bought the whole, is this my Uber thing that he was selling. When he came back a second time, I know exactly what I would have done, because again, these types of things are stuff that I've dealt with forever as far as self-defense and how to go about disabling people, and you guys know my history. I wouldn't have punched him. He was sitting in the car. I would have grabbed him up and body slammed him. And when I say body slam, I don't mean like we did in pro wrestling where, you tuck their head and lay them on their back nicely. I mean the kind of body slam you do in the street to totally disable someone, which is it's just a quick grab, turn, and spike. You fling them down as hard as you can, as awkward an angle as you can, and when they go to brace themselves, good chance they'll break their wrist, break some ribs. If you get them over enough, they'll slam their head against the pavement or get enough of a head snap that they'll get knocked out, whatever the case may be. I would have tried to hurt him. I would have tried to hurt him and disable him because I don't know what his intentions are. All I know is he was getting in a car with my daughter in the back seat. And that's enough, to me, that's enough of a danger that needs to be neutralized right away. So say that it happened. I'm just curious, reading comments on videos like this, what you guys think. Who's to blame there? Apparently in the UK with some of these laws, and Mizzy himself says later in a Piers Morgan interview that one of the reasons he does this stuff is because the laws over there are weak about it. He knows he can get away with it. So say this guy pulls this bullshit. He tries to get in my car not only once, but twice. And in doing so, to protect the people inside of my vehicle, he gets seriously hurt, who goes to jail, me or him? And it's amazing to me that a lot of these laws here in the U.S., and it seems even more so, you UK crew can tell me if I'm right, in the UK just favor anybody who's doing some sort of criminal activity. We seem to be a society all worried about protecting those who are victimizing others, when to me the use of government, the government's responsibility, is the exact opposite. We have government so that people that just want to live their lives safely, they can do so, and government should allow for that. But instead, they've gone the other way. And that's just really odd to me. So what do you guys think? If that situation occurred, who goes to jail? Me, him, both of us? Not that it would matter, because I would do it regardless. Because, again, I'm going to take control of that situation. But this, I just can't believe they allow this kid. He's still out there doing this crap over there. I guess they gave him a minor fine for some of the other shit he did. But I did also see a video from the UK that I thought was kind of odd. The other day, some of the oil protesters were sitting in a street, blocking traffic. Traffic's all backed up. Somebody gets frustrated. Guy gets out and starts dragging them off to the side so cars can get by. The cops immediately arrested him. So that means the cops were there the whole time watching the protesters block the street, which I would assume is illegal. It's illegal here in the States. They watched them. Then when somebody went to move them, they arrested him. What the hell is going on in general in society? No wonder you got idiots like this Mizzy running around. It's almost encouraged. I don't know. I'm just, is it just me being a cranky old man, or am I right here? Because I had to slam Mizzy, bounce him off the concrete as quickly and as firmly as I could have, and wouldn't feel bad about it at all. And that's another thing they talk about too. I saw people saying in the comment section, well, you should come over to America and try that. They're right. Go, or the walking into the house thing. Go down into the deep rural South and just walk into somebody's house. And then people are in the comments going, well, he doesn't deserve to die for it. Doesn't matter what you deserve. You took a risk. When you want to go out of your way to just try and antagonize others, you don't get to then dictate what their response can and can't be. To me, as long as this kid continues these types of pranks, I don't care what happens to him. You'll never see any empathy from me at all. Anything. Whatever the repercussions may be, whatever ends he meets in doing this stuff, I'm fine with it. How do you guys feel?